Peace and prosperity, balance to all who's listening and watching. It's your girl, Shaeranea, right? And I'm back with another video. And today, we're going to talk about the struggles of asking. If you're somebody who's always willing to do, but not willing to be the person being or getting something done for. And yeah, deep down inside, people who much rather give or much rather do, deep down inside we want to people to do things for us. It's just that deep down inside, we either, with me, it's like this. I consider people, actually value people, and I don't want to be in debt to anybody, and I don't want to owe anyone, and I don't want to borrow things that I may mess up. You know, I'm somebody who is not really strong in relying on people, and I'm not really strong in asking people for things. So my biggest struggle is asking people. I have no trouble with asking people questions about information that I desire. I have no trouble asking people about the book or anything else. But when it comes to like needing something or needing help or somebody fixing a small problem for me, I have a difficult time, especially if it's someone I love, someone I care for, someone that genuinely matters. But even if it's somebody I don't know and I don't fully, have a close relationship, I care for them, but I don't care for them the way I care for my people. And I wouldn't even think to ask a person I didn't know. But I have a difficult time with asking for help or just asking for assistance. And I struggle in that aspect. And I don't mind asking questions that help me, verify certain answers. But there are some things that I really, truly struggle with. And when I was a little girl, because oftentimes we grow up to, a lot of us learn to pray growing up. And when I was a little girl, I always would look at prayer as a way for people to ask God for everything they wanted, but not take the time to appreciate what they have. And I always saw it as a way of taking God for granted, and I always saw it as a way of using God, And ever since a child, I have struggled with even asking God for things, and even now I'm better at it, but I still struggle with it. I still am very charismatic. I still care about my reflection and how I appreciate not only the people, but appreciate God in my life and how God has got me through all the things I got through and how I have the things that I have, and appreciate all those things. And I really do struggle. And if you're somebody who's like me, you struggle with asking someone to help you. It could be something so small, but in your mind it's so big. And I get that. And it's something that we really definitely need to overcome, especially if we want to grow in like business, entrepreneurship, or even, like companionships. If we want to expand, we have to grow beyond the phase of not being able to be asked. I know like that's like a comfort zone for us, and I don't even think it's pride, and I don't even think it's ego, because there are times where people say, well, I do this, and I'm just like, no, I'm fine. It's a difference when people, it's a difference when, ego and pride flares up. But it's some times where I don't even struggle with my pride. I don't even struggle with my ego like I used to. But I do struggle with asking people to help me, or just asking people to do small things for me. And I don't want people to ever feel like they're in debt or feel like I take them for granted. Like, I really value people, and that's like it's still like everything in life in my mind is very controversial, because some people go to the extremes of asking, and I really don't have the heart for it. I don't really have the character for it. And I know, like, as an entrepreneur and a businesswoman, I will expand in my asking, but I still struggle with certain things, like asking, like, close loved ones. So this is why I always been like a strong, independent loner. And I know I'm growing out of the loner thing, but I still have a side that is stronger than being around people. And I'm not like the one who really wants to be with the entire flock. Like, I like the flock, I want to hang with the flock, but I won't follow the crowd, and I don't mind walking behind the crowd or being in front to lead the crowd. And sometimes even that's a lot of responsibility. But I'm just really different, and I can be very weird about things like that. So, I mean, if you're somebody who's like me, who really cares and values people and value people in your life, and value their well-being, and you're very considerate of them and considerate of in general, like, if you see people as a reflection of who you are, and you treat people the way you treat yourself, of course it'll be a struggle for you to go out and just like ask a person for such and such. Growing up, I just never really cared to be a burden on anybody. Though I stayed in a lot of trouble. That's another story. To me, that wasn't like big deal. Staying in trouble. It seemed like a big deal, but that was a hidden future to the woman that I am today. So without me going through all that, I wouldn't be who I am now. So even in a sense, I don't regret any of that, with the stuff I did. It's some things that we have to learn to overcome. It's some things that we have to learn to grow out of. And having the ability to ask, having the ability to feel comfortable about asking, and still remaining considerate of a person, and being understanding that they may say no, and they may not reciprocate you, or you may not reciprocate them. And it's being understanding that we all are different, and we all experience different things that makes us sometimes faster or slower growing in certain aspects of our lives. And we just have to look at the bigger picture and realize that we are not perfect. Nobody, not one, is perfect among the crowd of the flock. Okay? And when we realize that it's a lot, it's a lot. Because things come up and you like, I really need to work on that. And sometimes that we really need to work on some things that we neglect to work on. And it's not often that I feel I need to ask for things, but it could be something super small. And when I ask, I'm so bothered about asking. So I'm going to work on that. And if you struggle with asking, if you struggle in any aspect of asking, whether it's business, companionship, family, or just in general, and you want to be better at asking, it's just like, just do it, despite the outcome, despite what may happen, despite what you may feel, despite the discomfort, because the discomfort is always going to be there. And if the person is genuine and they genuinely care for you, they will be willing to be there. They will be willing to be there. And that's the thing, like, a lot of us aren't used to having sincere, genuine people, because a lot of people come in our lives with, motives and these hidden benefit desires, and these hidden agendas, and these greater motives. And it's, when you have enough of those people come in your life early on, when you have genuine people in your life, it's a struggle. It's a struggle to want to ask those people that's in your life. Like, because you really want to not burden or make people bear too much for you. You really just, you don't want to give a person an easy breezy life because of you, but you just don't want to be that double trouble, that extra weight, like the scale. You just didn't want to, you don't want to be that penny that dropped on there and just made everything blow up. Some people can handle a load, like me. I can handle a load full of stuff on a daily basis and not be affected by it. But let a imbalance of a penny or something drop on that load, and I might explode or blow up on you. And that's just like my personality. I could take so much until something really small affects it all, And like for me, big things are small things because I'm used to handling the big stuff. And sometimes because the small things are very significant to me and they're very meaningful, I can make small things seem really major. And they are major. They're major to me, and they may not be major to somebody else. But small things are really important to me because, they cannot be the big things about the small things. You cannot do things greater if you don't, go in the process of doing the little things first. So when it comes to big things are small, and I'm easily about doing that. I can easily accomplish like so many tasks and do so many things and have it all accomplished. But when it comes to something small, and the brain, the way my brain works, it makes it seem like this is too simple. This seems like it should be something more. It makes it complex. It makes it seem like it should be more, and it can be something very simple, very simple. Even physically doing certain things that are small, I can sometimes struggle with it. It's just that my brain is not reciprocating how something can be so simple. And I'm just not used to simple things. I'm not used to simple tasks. And sometimes we have to overcome certain things in ourselves in order to grow as people. And it's just identifying what those things are and understanding why you struggle with them, and just, facing those things in you. So my biggest thing I struggle with is asking. And I don't like relying on anyone. I do mind counting on someone, but if I count on you, it's because I believe in you. Okay? I don't like being in debt or borrowing or owing or anything like that. I'm just weird, and I don't take people for granted. I see people as true value and people with true substance, and I really care for people. So it's really hard for me as a person to be someone unconsiderate, uncompassionate of them, right? And I'm really working on that because I know I can't go far in life being like that forever. So I'm working on me. And if you have anything you're struggling with, comment down below what that is. And if you need my advice, if you need my help on how you can overcome it, just speak with me. Because no matter what you feel about things, no matter, how things make you feel in the process of experiencing them, you still need to, do it. You still need to experience it. You still need to go through the process of it. You still need to have the progress, which is the slow results of what you're, going through. You still need to overcome it because it requires growth in order to expand in life. And if you want to expand in all aspects of your life, some of the things that you struggle with, you still have to face them. You have to come to face with the things you struggle with. And that's like key point number 1. That is 101 being a successful person, is identifying the things that's wrong and like working on them, especially the things that are wrong in you. And I'm getting better. I'm going to be greater. I am an awesome woman. I am a phenomenal woman, and I will rise beyond the normality. I will do great things because I believe in myself enough to take actions to do those great things. So if you enjoy this channel and you want to see more content like this, comment, like, share this video. And if you want any of my information and want to know where my books are, look in the description box below, and you can find all the places of where I'm at. And I just want to say I love you guys, and I hope you have a prosperous and abundant year, but also a day, week, month. And as the time goes on, you keep growing, you keep transpiring to be the best you can be, because this channel is all about being our greatest selves. And sometimes by helping other people be great, you got to sometimes become vulnerable, become real transparent, and like reveal yourself in the moment of helping somebody else. And that's how you do it, baby. Love y'all.